Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm finally bringing you the Summer Growth Challenge for 2020. I love how many of you join with me and get involved and send me your results pictures. I just think it's super fun and I love how much you guys love them. When I don't have a growth challenge going on, the most frequently asked question I get is when am I starting the next growth challenge? Those of you who have been doing the growth challenges with me and specifically the summer growth challenge with me since the beginning know that I typically like to start this challenge on May 1st and run it until September 1st, but as we all know, there is a global situation happening right now, and so I didn't want to put any pressure on anybody to join this challenge like right in the middle of lockdown. As of May 1st, most places are still and were still on some sort of lockdown. Where I live now, we are just slowly starting to open things back up, but like very slowly. So the last thing I want to do is put any pressure on anybody to have to go out and get like certain hair products or like oils or whatever it is to join a challenge. Like there are people unemployed, there are people dealing with really stressful situations right now. So the last thing I want to do is have a hair growth challenge cause you stress. So I try to plan this out to be as easy and fun to follow as possible, and I try to make it in a way that everyone can join whether you have certain products at home or not. I also wanted to postpone it until June 1st so that way, depending on where you live, if places where you live are opening up more quickly than other places, those of you who do have access to more of the regular things you like to have in your hair care routine would be able to go out and get those things. The Summer Growth Challenge will be starting on June 1st, 2020, and it will be ending on September 1st, 2020. So we will still have 3 full months of summertime to retain as much length as possible. So I just want to remind those of you who have done these challenges with me in the past, and let those of you who are new here know what the main point of these challenges are. They are called growth challenges, so as much as they are about growing your hair out, for me the main reason I like to do these challenges is to improve the quality of my hair overall, and this really helps me to focus on keeping my hair nice and healthy during the summer and winter months, because that's usually when I do these challenges. You will notice more growth because you're not losing as much to breakage, and you won't have to get as much trimmed off at the end of the summer as you might normally have to. So with all of that out of the way, let's just get into the guidelines. So the first thing I want to include in this challenge is what I include in every single challenge, and that is the inversion method. I find that this method really helps me to increase my growth rate each month, even if it's only by about ½ an inch or so. Obviously, depending on the person, you might notice less, you might notice more, but I always think that this is a good thing to include. That being said, if you cannot do the inversion method for whatever reason, if it's a health condition, if you just don't feel comfortable doing it, please do not feel like you have to. You absolutely don't. You can still participate in the challenge to the full extent without the inversion method. So if you're pregnant, if you have heart conditions, circulatory problems, or any other medical issue that prevents you from doing that, please do not do it, and don't feel like you can't participate in the challenge. If you don't know what the inversion method is, essentially for 1 week each month, so for 7 days straight, you will invert your head for 4 minutes and give yourself a nice scalp massage. You can do this with oil or you can do it without oil. It's really up to you. But the science behind this method is that it increases blood flow to the scalp, so it's going to bring a lot more nutrients to the scalp, and it's also going to encourage and promote hair growth as well as stimulating the scalp while you're massaging. Again, because you are inverted, if you have certain health conditions or if you're pregnant or have any other reason why that is not comfortable for you or not possible for you, please do not feel like you can't do the challenge. You absolutely can. If you don't want to do the inversion method, doing a scalp massage every day for a few minutes can really help to promote growth as well and stimulate the scalp, and it also feels so good. So it's really nice and relaxing, and I like to do them every night before bed. Again, the inversion method is only supposed to be done for 7 days each month, so for 1 week straight, and then wait until the next month and do it again. I try to do it like on the same day each month, that way it's exactly a month apart. And another piece of advice is to not do the inversion method while you're on your menstrual cycle. It kind of can make you feel lightheaded or make you feel sick. I would just not recommend doing it on your cycle. The next thing I want to add in this challenge are weekly masks and scalp treatments. I like to include these in every challenge because I think masks and treatments are so important for your hair as well as for your scalp, because your scalp is what holds all of your hair. So if you don't have a healthy foundation, it's going to be really hard to grow and maintain nice healthy hair. Regular hair masks are important for preventing dryness, for preventing breakage. They're really important for making sure that your hair is getting enough hydration, nutrition, and reconstruction. So I'm going to be following the capillary schedule like I have been for the past like almost year, I think. If you don't know what the capillary schedule is, I will have my video about it linked up in the cards for you guys, because otherwise this video will be really long. But basically it's just a schedule that you can follow that you create for your own hair that will help you to know when your hair needs hydration, nutrition, and reconstruction. I personally wash my hair twice a week, and each wash I do a mask that is according to my capillary schedule. For the treatments and masks, you guys can use whatever you want. You can do DIYs, you can use store-bought masks, whatever is easiest for you right now and whatever is the most accessible. Throughout the challenge, I would be more than happy to share some more DIY scalp treatments here on my channel. There are so many that you can do depending on what issues you have with your scalp or what you are trying to achieve with your scalp, so I can do my best to share a bunch with you here. The next thing I want to add to this challenge is protective styles. I think protective styles are so important in the summertime because we are out in the sun. I find that protective styles are just great for preventing breakage, split ends, dryness, and preventing any damage from the sun or from the water that I'm swimming in. So again, this is very flexible. You guys can do any protective styles that you'd like. I like to do a lot of buns, especially with my hair sticks. I'm very excited for wearing those this summer. I think they're gonna look so cute with my like summer outfits and just being outside. You guys know I also really love to do braids, especially if I'm gonna be swimming. I like to put my hair in a braid so that way while I'm underwater and swimming around, I'm not getting as many tangles as I normally would if it was all open. So again, you guys can wear whatever protective styles you want. I will be making videos on some of my favorite summer protective styles. I've already had that request quite a bit from you guys, both here on YouTube and on Instagram, so I'll make sure to do some protective style videos for you guys and show you how I like to wear my hair throughout the summer. Protective styles at nighttime are also very important, so if that is comfortable for you, I would really recommend wearing your hair in a braid or loose bun, or using some sort of satin bonnet or satin pillowcase just to prevent extra friction from rubbing on the pillows. That will prevent breakage, frizz, and a lot of damage to the hair. But whenever I know I'm going to be doing something that could possibly be damaging to my hair, I'm going to probably try to wear it in some sort of protective style. That is the main parts of this growth challenge. Like I said, I really wanted to keep this easy for you guys and not stressful. The last thing I wanted to include though, I got so many requests about rice water. So many of you wanted me to include rice water as a part of this challenge. And the only issue I have with rice water is that it's really not the best for every single hair type. Rice water is amazing for strengthening the hair, for promoting growth, and for just keeping your hair nice and healthy. However, if you do have protein sensitive hair, or even a lot of people with low porosity hair, using rice water very frequently can cause a lot of dryness. It can make your hair feel really brittle, and it can cause breakage. And the main reason for that being this is kind of like a protein treatment, so too much protein in the hair can cause a lot of dryness, breakage, etc., like I just mentioned. So I'm going to include rice water in the challenge very loosely. If you like using it on your hair, please feel free to use it as much as what works for you. If you don't like using rice water on your hair, don't feel like you need to. It really doesn't matter. I'm probably going to be using it as a reconstruction part of my capillary schedule. I really like using this rinse as like a protein treatment, either as a pre-poo treatment like I showed in my video that I did about it here on YouTube, or I like to use it as a rinse in the shower. You can use fermented rice water, you can use just regular rice water. It's really up to you guys, but so many of you requested that I included it in this challenge, so I thought I would include it as like a little extra if you guys want to use it. So those are like the main guidelines. Like I said, I wanted to include a few extras for you guys just if you want to do anything fancy. So the first extra is to not use any heat. This is a really big challenge for a lot of people because a lot of us are used to using heat on our hair like on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. I haven't used heat on my hair in over a year, so I think the summertime is the perfect time to try to lay off the heat, especially if we are going to be incorporating more protective styles. This way you can kind of embrace your natural hair texture and learn how to make it work for you in the way that you like. Not only is laying off the heat going to prevent a lot of damage, but I want you guys to be able to love your own natural hair texture. My camera died, so hopefully the angle's not all weird now. But another little extra I wanted to include in the challenge is hair growth vitamins. The reason why I don't like to include like hair, skin, and nails vitamins as one of the main components of the growth challenges are because I don't think that they work for everybody, and I also don't think that they're necessary for everyone. A lot of people, when they take biotin for example, experience a lot of breakouts and stuff, so I wouldn't want you to feel like you need to take like anything for your hair to grow, like it's not necessary. That being said, if you would like to include your own hair growth vitamins or any vitamins that you want to take to try to aid in the growth process, please feel free to do so. Personally, I like to take this liquid biotin from SBR Nutrition. Those of you who have been here for a while know I've been taking this stuff for I think over a year now, and it really works well for me. I don't experience any extra breakouts from it, and I noticed a difference in my hair growth when I was just taking this and not doing anything else crazy with my hair. So I'll have it linked down below, but I really like using this stuff. The last thing I want to include as a little extra is the search and destroy method. If you guys don't know what the search and destroy method is. It's basically a method in which you can get rid of individual split ends without cutting off your hair or losing any length. The way I like to do it is grab a pair of hair cutting scissors. It's important that you use hair cutting scissors and not kitchen scissors. Hair cutting scissors are usually sharper and less likely to cause more split ends, whereas kitchen scissors can usually be dull and can actually cause more damage in the long run. So I like to do this maybe once a week or once every other week, and while I'm sitting down watching TV shows or whatever, I will go ahead and separate my hair into sections. I like to do sections about this big, but you can do it however you like. And I just like to go ahead and go through my hair like this, and any pieces that are kind of sticking up, I don't know if you guys can even see, but if you can see these little tiny hairs sticking up, I will look at them and see if there are any split ends, and when I see them, I will just go ahead and snip off the individual split end. This way you are preventing as much damage and split ends as possible without actually cutting your hair and losing length. This is also something I like to do in between my regular trims to extend the amount of time in between my trims. So that's it for the growth challenge, you guys. As always, I'm going to measure my hair for you guys on camera, and the reason why I do this is just to show you like my before and afters. I think that it's a lot more of a realistic way to show you guys like how my hair grew throughout the 3 months. I think a lot of the time here on YouTube, some of the growth challenges I see are just really inflated, or the results are really inflated and unrealistic, and I feel like that could be so discouraging to people who are just starting their journey if they're not seeing similar results. So while when I measure my hair, it might not be entirely accurate all the time, it's just kind of to give you guys an idea of how my growth looks like normally and what it looks like with the growth challenge. So generally I grow about ½ an inch per month. That is like the average. Obviously everybody's going to be different. You guys have seen me do this 100 times on my channel, but I just take a little measuring tape and I like to keep my hair split down the middle as much as possible. This is how I usually wear my hair anyway. And I go ahead and I take the inches side and I start right at the top of the measuring tape and I put it right on my part, and then I like to just try to keep it, all of my hair is one length. I don't have any layers, so it makes it a little bit easier for me, but I just pull all of my hair tight to the bottom. I'm sorry if you can't see. And then I bring it up to the top. So my hair is about 36.5 inches. So like you just saw, my hair is about 36.5 inches. So we're gonna see what it looks like at the end of the 3 months. So that's it for the growth challenge, you guys. That's it for today's video. I'm so excited for this to start. Please let me know down below if you're going to be joining me, and if you are going to join, make sure you measure out your hair or take some before pictures, because I would love to see your results at the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. There's a lot more hair content over there, and I'll also be posting a lot more updates there of the summer growth challenge as it goes on. You guys will kind of be able to see what I'm doing with my hair and how it's going. So that's it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!